Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Mr. Pearson with another update for physical science. Last week we wrapped up Unit 1, Investigation 1. So just as a reminder, if you haven't finished that quiz, let's get that taken care of because today we're moving on to Investigation 2. So to find that, remember we're going to scroll down. We're still in Unit 1. So interactions unit 1, but now instead of going into investigation 1, we're moving on to investigation 2. And our big question there is what are the factors? What are factors that affect interactions between objects? All right, so last investigation was all about creating a base of knowledge on how positives and negatives and neutral charges interact, and we're going to sort of continue to build on that. So our activity essential question, if you will, is how can charged objects have an effect on each other without touching? And we're going to start to find, as we move on through the unit, that things are going to behave a little bit differently, whether they are touching or they are not touching. Okay, so taking a look at some of the things that we need to do. As a reminder, we want to make sure that we're working both on Schoology and on the interactions platform, and we want to use those resources because they go sort of hand in hand with each other. So the first thing I want you to take a look at is there's a warm-up discussion board here, and it's asking about some of the materials that we've been able to charge so far. We've used a variety of different types of rods, right? We've used glass rods and acrylic rods and rubber rods, and we've applied friction to them and applied a static charge to them with varying success, right? We found that some things worked really well and some things didn't work really well. And that's what this is all about here in the warm-up. Which materials were really successful in doing what we needed to do, and then which didn't work so well. All right. So that's really the first thing that you want to do in this activity. Okay. As you get to the second part, you'll see as I flip back and forth here, one of the first things you find yourself on the interactions page is asking you to draw our next model. Okay, and it references here a demonstration, which I have linked in a video right here. Okay, and if you open it up, it's the Graaff Generator, that charged globe that we've seen before, and there is this pointer, and we are seeing how it interacts. So you should see some sort of pattern here, so you can open it up and edit it. Remember that you can use these tools here. There's some different objects and some different molecules, but you can just, there is some shape drawing tools, and that allows you to manipulate these models a little bit easier. Be sure to keep that in mind as you are working on them. So again, yours is going to look a little bit more in depth than this, but should be a little example. And again, you could choose different shapes, or you could just draw with a pencil, whatever you so choose. Okay, and then again, remember, just as you click done, it will save it for you. Sometimes it'll be a little faster than others. Moving through here, there is a simulation, which is going to get into some of the same concepts. Again, you see the simulation is both here on the interactions page, and I linked it on Schoology as well. Again, on the interactions page, there's a couple questions to go along with it. There's an article here for you to take a look at. Again, a couple questions on the interactions page to consider as you're going through that. Okay, and the last thing you really need to worry about is sharing. I'm curious to see how you guys illustrated these models. Okay, so I'm asking for you to take a screenshot again of your finished product here, and for you to post them on this discussion board. Again, just to sort of see where we are going and how we are doing. So, any questions, shoot them to me on Schoology. If nothing else, I will talk to you guys next time.